Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another holiday movie review. Today we are going to do a remake versus original. We're going to talk about 1984's Silent Night, Deadly Night versus its 2012 remake, Silent Night. So we'll get right into the original. We'll kind of just go through with my little like new format, which I don't think anyone has really noticed yet. It'll make more sense once I can get the title cards for each section. But just give me this week. Just got one more week and then I'm on winter break. Once I get this 10-page paper out of the way, we're good. Then I'll have time to work on it. Right, anyways. So Silent Night, Deadly Night is directed by Charles E. Sellier Jr. So what I liked about it, I liked the psychological plot. It had a lot to do with the main character's Billy's trauma. He witnessed the violent death of his parents on Christmas Eve, and years later, when he's 18, he gets triggered, I guess, as we should say. I don't even know if I'm properly using that word. So I liked that psychological plot of it, and it kind of hints at people kind of being forced to like Christmas and being forced to be happy at Christmas time when Christmas isn't always the happiest time for everybody. Like sometimes it's a sad time for people because maybe something tragic happened to them, like Billy. Or maybe just people just don't like Christmas as much as other holidays, like me. Soundtrack was on point. I loved the soundtrack. I feel like Christmas songs are just so easily made creepy. All you have to do is you could literally take any Christmas song and put it to a horror movie and it just instantly sounds, it sounds creepy. Like, but when you hear it normally, like on the radio, they don't sound creepy. I don't know. I just love that about Christmas songs. The main thing I like about this movie is the controversy surrounding it. When this movie came out, this movie got so much shit for making Santa Claus an axe murderer. Seriously, you can read through it about the movie. Like, so much shit went on. People protested it. People got moviegoers to sign petitions at the theater to get this movie pulled. So much shit. And then when the remake came out, people had done a 180 and all of a sudden they didn't give a shit if Santa was an axe murderer. So Silent Night, Deadly Night finally got the recognition I think it deserved. Later in like 2013, Fangoria had a re-release of the movie. Dislikes, what I didn't like about it. I feel like the scenes from young Billy's perspective, like obviously the opening of the movie, they show his parents being murdered and how he has to see this man dressed as Santa Claus killing his parents. And then him and his brother get sent to live at this orphanage run by these Catholic nuns. And and they are, well, at least Mother Superior is pretty like stern and awful to Billy, so he, like, that has a lot to do with his trauma as well. It's the combination of his parents getting murdered and his time at the orphanage that really psychologically warps him. But I feel like maybe they told this little kid playing young Billy to be creepy. I think that's what he was trying to do, but it just came off as like bad, and I feel really bad saying like a kid actor was bad, but it just came off as bad. Sorry. I feel like an asshole saying that, but whatever. And the ending, I'm not gonna give it away, but those of you that have seen it, I'm talking about the very end, the conclusion of the film with Billy's brother. What was that? Like, that just, it just came out of left field. I mean, it's pretty fitting for like a slasher, 80s slasher movie, I think. Because of course they have to have sequels, right? So that would make sense, but I don't know. It just came out of left field and I was just like, oh. And we literally spent no time with Billy's little brother, basically. So it just didn't make any sense. Why you should watch Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's a Christmas horror movie, one which I think are awesome anyway. I love Christmas horror movies. And it's definitely a Christmas horror movie for anyone like me who hates people that get offended easily. I feel like after I learned about the controversy surrounding this movie, I wanted to watch it that much more. So I think I had much more fun watching this movie because I know so many people got butthurt over Santa being an axe murderer. So if you're like me and you find people that get offended easily really funny, I think you're gonna enjoy this movie. Just think about all the people that got offended over this movie. My rating. My ratings are now down in my description box permanently, so on every movie review you'll be able to see, as I've not done ratings before. So my rating I'm gonna give this is When the Full Moon Rises, which means, I know it's a cheesy title, I had fun coming up with cheesy names for all the ratings, which means it was good. It wasn't the best, it was good. I'll probably watch it on consecutive Christmases. I feel like this is gonna become a Christmas regular. Don't think I'm gonna watch it year round, but it was decent, it was good. I'm glad I watched it. So moving on to the remake directed by Stephen C. Miller, came out in 2012. This one had quite the cast. It had Jamie King starring as our protagonist. Malcolm McDowell had a lot of familiar faces in this movie. So what I liked about it, I really liked Santa Jim's rant about Christmas when he's one of the main suspects in this town. They're having a Santa parade. So that kind of becomes part of the conflict, is like, which Santa is it? There's so many Santas running around town, like they have to narrow it down. So the Santa Jim is kind of like he's like a jaded Santa. You can tell he's, you know, not really big on the holiday, but this is what he has to do to make money. So when he is arrested and put in jail, he goes on a rant about how Christmas makes people crazy because, you know, during this time of year, like there's all this forced happiness, like everything is so joyful and happy and blah, blah, blah. And we're pretending like we love everybody and we're happy when, you know, when we're really stressed out and mad and, you know, so I felt it was really topical, even though this movie came out a couple years ago. I feel like it was really topical and I felt like I related to it a lot, again, because I work in a shopping mall, and I can say beyond a shadow of a doubt that people are more awful to each other at Christmas time. I can say that with full confidence. And the deaths were awesome, seriously. I mean, a girl being run through a tree grinder, is that what you call it? Wouldn't you? I don't know what it's called. Tree shredder. You know, you put the tree in and then wood chips come out the other end. I mean, a girl being put into that feet first is pretty fucking awesome, seriously. The deaths were awesome. What I didn't like about it, dislikes, not convinced by Jamie King's character, Officer Bradmore. Felt she was a bit drippy and we didn't know enough about her backstory. I felt like we could have just used a few more seconds of her backstory to really understand her character, but we just didn't get that, so I just felt she was kind of a drag. And then Malcolm McDowell's character was all over the place. Like, he started off as kind of like a stern but loving father figure almost to Jamie King's character, and then halfway through he started being like this sort of like quasi action hero wannabe character with all these like rough and tough one-liners. It was really weird, really weird change, and I didn't really get if it was supposed to be funny or it was just maybe bad writing. I don't know. I just don't know. I can't pinpoint this one. Why you should watch Silent Night. You should definitely watch it if you hate Christmas. I feel like this is the movie for people that really don't like Christmas. I think you're gonna have a good time watching this one. I feel like it'll satisfy your dark soul. And it is based loosely on a real event, the Covina Holiday Massacre, I think it's called. So rating, I'm gonna give this one Spook Me Once, which is okay. I'm more than likely not gonna watch this again. Definitely not gonna add it to my collection, I don't think. I just didn't, could have been better. I feel like I said, if that subtext could have been emphasized a little bit more, I think it could have been brought up front a little bit. I feel like that would have elevated it for me, and the characters were just, they were all just really flat. Like, I didn't care about any of the characters except for Santa Jim. excuse me, except for Santa Jim, but he wasn't even a main character, so I feel like that was the problem. Great. So let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about these two movies, if you've seen them. Let me know which one is your favorite out of the two, if you've seen both of them. And yeah, as always, feel free to leave me suggestions for future horror movie reviews in the comment section down below. And until next time, stay strange. Bye.